On the left-hand side, we got the members of Deviled Keggs. B-Train's going to be on the Lunara. Ravenix is going to be on the... Ravenix is going to be on the Joanna. VZ will be on the Ana. Andrew will be on the Arthas. And Contender will be on the Alarak. On the right-hand side, we got the members of Arrogant Nephalem. Dekilidin, I think I got that right, is going to be on the... Rexar. Tribe is going to be on, Tribe is going to be on the Gul'dan. Kaim will be on that Vala. I thought it was Sylvanas for a second because I can't tell between those two skins sometimes. Null Pointer will be on the Anduin, and ETC will be played by the, oh god, and I saw Antonius, Antius, I think. I think that's right. Let's also just get our vision controller set up really quickly so that way we can get that fancy vision for all of you and get an idea of what all that looks like. But we are going to be jumping into top lane really quickly because this is where all the fun usually takes place. I might have lied. No, we're good. All the fun's usually in top lane. We do have Sentinel Wisp for the Lunara as well, and this is a great tool to be able to provide vision. I want to highlight this really quickly. Where's our Lunara player? I want to see when they throw out one of these Sentinel Wisps, like, so currently, this entire vision that you're seeing right now, that's from the Sentinel Wisp when it sits in a bush. That is, you can have clear vision in the full rotations between these lanes from the members, and on a map like this where you often do have mid to bottom rotations, DK is definitely left. Thank you so much, Arrow, I appreciate that. I think Arrogant Nephalem are on the left, cough, cough. Kaim, please. We do see this siege camp's gonna be picked up by both sides. Really good camp timings coming out from both these teams. Once again, I just want to keep highlighting this because this vision is like, so you just saw right at the end of that buff into the vision that you saw right at the end. That's that 200% coming through. We won't highlight that any further. We'll get an idea of what that looks like a little bit later as Andrew is gonna be still dealing with a bear up here. The Killidan is doing a great job of forcing back this Arthas consistently and managing their own health pool. And we'll jump back up there in a second. I just want to highlight bottom really quickly as our our altars are going to be up and available for channel if they're going to be potentially able to pick up the Dragonite. Kaim, don't you lie to me. Oh, just the winky face right at the end too. Silence out from the Alarak. If they had a show of force, they might have been able to get a couple stacks right there onto the grouped up members. Meanwhile, this is going to be Andrew dealing with the bear still. Misha, constantly the nuisance of top lane for this Arthas. Also going to be working through, oh, I don't know off the top of my head and I'm such a bad caster, Eternal Hunger. I was like, it's Frostmourne Hungers, but that's the name of the ability. That's not right. Alrighty, let's go ahead and jump onto the vision for the red team really quickly as they are going to be setting up for this point. We still see the Misha Bear sitting on this. She's just like, all right, cool, whatever. Meanwhile, in bottom, we are going to be continuing to have these couple players matching out. And then it looks like mid lane isn't going to be rotations anymore so much as B-Train forcing back. I'm going to go with Ant. That's something that I can definitely say. I might have said the name wrong and I'm just nervous about it now. But Anduin going to be going down in bottom lane, first blood of the game in favor for the members of Deviled Keggs. I was gonna say Arrogant Nephalem. I'm like, no, we swap sides. Rex are gonna be going down in top lane as well. Arthas able to step up to the axe throwing man, or I guess the axe throwing smoke right there. And I'm waiting to see, do we get initiation? Because Lunara's coming down here in a bit of a flank position, and they're looking at the ETC. One more, oh no, this is, I was gonna say, if they step further forward into that Gul'dan, that's a bit of a rough spot and a very risky one at that. So they'll be able to back off, and they're not gonna be going for anything further. They get the channel onto bottom lane. We actually have Discord Strike, or excuse me, Chaos Reigns for this Alarak. Interesting. Usually I've been seeing a lot of Alaraks go into Show of Force, but we'll see. Top lane was reclaimed by the Misha Bears, so they won't be able to get the channel for the Dragonite. That's going to be the power slide coming out. What's the conditions for this? So it's you have to hit, if you hit 3 heroes with a single Discord Strike, gain all, okay, all right. So this is the multiple questing talent, I do believe, right? Yeah, you need to, like, there's like different sections of this quest. We'll keep an eye on that as this does progress, or at least we'll do our best to do that. We actually, there we go, we can check it right there in the bottom left-hand corner. Hopefully, oh, everything is blocking it. I'll read that out in just a second as we do have 7 talent tiers picked up in favor for the members of Deviled Keggs. Meanwhile, in top lane, looks like Dekillidan is going to be taking a bit of damage from Andrew, but they need to back off and make sure they're not missing that experience in top lane. It's a very, very big factor that you don't want to be missing out on. Another telekinesis coming out from Contender, trying to pull one of these members back in. The slows coming out onto them with the Subdue right there from the Joanna. So if you hit 2 enemies with it, you get the 80% slow. If you hit 4, then you get the quest finish, and you always get that 80% slow, no matter if you hit 1 or 3 or 2 or whatever combination of numbers you want to do. Chaos Reigns is fun because it starts the minigame of don't let him hit 3 of us. Yeah, exactly. Don't stack. Unfortunately, they did, and that's completely finished out. I was watching it happen in slow motion. I was like, oh, they're kind of in a straight line. Where's Alarak? Oh, he's right there. Oh, okay, goodbye. And Triumph taking so much damage. The power slide from ETC is not enough, and that is going to be the first objective potentially picked up for the members of Deviled Keggs. Can they rotate up here and get this in time, or will the point be contested? I'm looking at minimap constantly, seeing if Dekillian's going to be stepping up onto this ETC. Oh, they don't have the interrupt, but I think that should be enough for Dekillian in this top lane. Nisha will make the triple hit easier if they ever get in a 5v5. Or, yeah, Kaim in chat just, oops. Spoiler, they did. What's up, contender? All right, cool. I just want to make sure I have that in the forefront. I was missing an application on my side monitor there. Spoiler, they did. Power slide from ETC, no mosh pit or anything to follow up. I was like, wait, do we get mosh? I'm like, no, we're not even at 10s yet, Bahamut. Come on now. We actually do have Bound by Shadow. Oh, it's the cooldown reduction on corruption. Sorry. Okay, I was just like, that's. I don't see that too often. I don't feel. Null Pointer going to be jumping onto this point, as we do have Andrew still battling the bear in top lane. Dekillian doing a great job of keeping the Misha bear healthy, sitting on 7 stacks of that Hunter Gatherer, and I do believe that buffs her out, if I'm not mistaken, right? Her regeneration's a lot faster. Yeah. And then after, she gains 15 armor. Rexstar and Misha, excuse me. Which would be great into that Arthas, who's auto-attack based. Physical damage being mitigated by physical armor is always a good time. Ooh, Arthas! Andrew just forcing the bear back, but meanwhile in bottom lane, getting forced out is gonna be the ETC. The counter-strike doesn't connect in time, and ETC is able to barely get out of there. Null Pointer with the great on-point heals, as we do have Thornwood Vines, Syndragosa from the Arthas. Hello? Little Cindy game? Vizzle, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. But we do have 10 talent tiers for both. Do we get Reign of Chaos? No, we get Horrify. I've seen some teams like argue that they're just like Reign of Chaos is the best. That's all you need, because it sieges so well. And I'm like, okay, all right. Body blocks from Angie are gonna be pretty good onto the bear, but I don't think they're gonna be able to. Well, if they have a Howling Blast, nope, they're just gonna proc their Eternal Hunger. No, I think that's wrong. Yeah, Eternal Hunger, and they're gonna be able to get another stack right there onto that one. Oof. Arthas with the Animal Cruelty. Yeah, call up PETA on Andrew, at Andrew on Twitter, and at PETA as well, and just show them that clip. Don't actually do that though, because that's kind of annoying. Probably for Andrew. I don't even know if they have Twitter. Just tag Andrew. It's not even. Are we serious with this right now? That Thornwood Vine, I was like, huh, looks like that Rexstar is gonna be fine. And then I see the Thornwood Vine coming up, and I'm like, are we really? Okay, all right. We do currently have the bottom lane being battled out, but I don't. Oh, the Leap of Faith wasn't enough. No. Blessed Shield going to be coming out from the Joanna as they step further forward. That's going to be the punish with that 80% slow, as well as they hit 2 members, and they manage to force that back the Gul'dan. No one in mid lane. We do see the Lunara just jumping up into the top. It's always weird to like see her speed go down to 50 every single time because of just the way that it tracks it. I don't know how to properly describe that, but either way, this is going to be continued siege coming in through the mid lane as they do pick up the Dragonite in favor for the members of Deviled Keggs. Arrogant Nephalem sitting in a bit of a rough spot right now. See if they're going to be able to bring it back. This is, I believe, the first Dragonite of the game. 13 talent here will be here in favor for the members of Deviled Keggs. Wow. Ooh, Power Slide's gonna be able to get them out of there. Okay. They do have that mosh pit, but they're not gonna be. It won't stun. It won't put the Dragonite in a dance or anything like that, because vehicles are unstoppable, if I'm not mistaken. Arthas, here comes the Syndragosa. They lock down the towers, and this is gonna be a great way to make sure that the Dragonite gets more sieging in here as well. 32 seconds left onto that, and 69 nice health was there. Well, Arrogant Nephalem not liking nice things anymore. This is the Dragonite moving in through bottom lane, and are they going to be able to end this? No, there's no way they can end it right here, but they could be able to get a keep. Gul'dan did finish the Echoed... Excuse me, the Echoed Corruptions. The Horrify does come out as well. That Echo Corruption going to be putting in a lot of late game damage as well, but they don't have their 13s, and they're playing this slow and they're playing this safe. Dragon Knight will be going down in 6 seconds or in 15% health. Vala does vault forward and goes for the Hungering Arrow right there, finishing out her own questing talent. We've seen the talents for quite some time. We'll check out the 13s in just a second. Let's actually cycle through some other numbers and get an idea of what those look like before we get further into this game. Meanwhile, the Misha Bear pushing into top lane, trying to force them into this top, but was it a little bit late? No, they should be fine here. Howling Blast will lock him down, but I don't think B-Train has enough damage, or okay, I was about to say... Ooh, but Andrew took a lot. Tribe wants to step further forward. If they can get one Echo Corruption onto them, that might be enough. Power Slide from the ETC. They're trying to deny them from getting any sort of extra healing, but actually they end up giving a little bit of healing. Let's actually, can we get it? Andrew makes it out with some 30 health, but unfortunately B-Train does not, and they're going to be going down. Meanwhile, down in this bottom lane area, we are going to be having the siege camps stolen away and picked up by the members of Deviled Keggs in this 3-member rotation at the bottom. They've got double camps, double catapults, and if left uncontested, that will definitely wipe out the core. But the Misha Rexar are back at core for the defense. Top lane will be burned through by the members of Arrogant Nephalem, so they take a structure of their own, kind of evening this out. Evening it out in I can't think of the word right now. In a mirrored sense of the map. There we go. We got picked so much here in the early game. Rough start. It's a bit of a there's a couple kills. 6-1, just a couple. And Bruiser Camp will be grabbed here on the left-hand side. Really just, they're doing a great job of saying, you know what, we're close to 16s, we don't need to take a team fight. Let's just go ahead and try and get that experience in and look for the fight after we have our 16 talent tier and have an advantage on the map. Syndragosa and actually every heroic is off cooldown. We do have the Hunter-Gatherer being finished out by the Rexar as well. This flank though, hold on. There we go. I wanted to get the vision for the red team as that Bush party just found a Rexar, and do they find themselves also an ETC? The friendly team was actually on the camp in the bottom lane. They're all going to be hearthing. They're just like, deuces, ETC. You're a tank, just power slide around. This will be the camp grabbed, as I said, by the members of Arrogant Nephalem, and they'll be able to grab this bottom lane in their favor for the altars, but Vala already in top going for the clear up here. Actually going to be going for the initial channel? Okay. They're going to go for the channel and hold that point over. I would just think that you'd want to go for the clear into the lane, make sure that that's going to be completely mitigated, because at this point, denying the Dragonite, like, it's a rough spot to be in. Like, you can maybe force them off the point since you do have 5 up here, and that is going to be working out, but it's still 16-15, and they're going to try and look for a fight on the side of Devil Keggs. Arrogant Nephalem in a bit of a rough spot. The silence goes out onto one. Leap of Faith pulling them back in. Kime going to be dumping the damage out as well. That is going to be the Holy Word Salvation coming out, and they're surviving for now, but they're not able to get a pick just yet, and this fight is starting to slowly go over in favor for the members of Devil Keggs. Syndragosa comes out, and they freeze the entire lane. Blessed Shield will be there as well. They're not able to get a kill just yet. Tribe just sucking the life out of one of the members, but it won't be enough. They have the channel potential for the Dragonite, but there's no one there to pick it up. Rexar is going to be in that bottom lane still. We do see the ETC with the power slide. No mosh pit afterwards, which is a little surprising. They were set up to potentially get 3 right there as they end up going down, and ooh, Andrew taking a lot of damage to this top lane. They're being focused by the fort. Retarget fort, retarget. Okay, there we go. And we have 17-15 in our levels. We'll look at the 16 talent tiers after looking at some of the numbers. Looks like they want to go for this top lane fort before anything else. Misha Rexar still holding out the bottom lane. ETC did make it out, so we didn't have to feel bad about ditching him in bot. Yeah. He did, like, I was like, ooh, this could be a rough go for ETC if he doesn't have that power slide or any sort of control to make it out, but they are able to do that, and they didn't die right in that situation. But B-Train going to force them off this point. Once again, going to be trying to steal away this camp. That's going to be the Boars Unleashed from the Rexar as well. They're trying to put out the damage, but it's not enough. And actually, they do end up grabbing the camp themselves, but Dragonite potential is in favor for Deviled Keggs. Misha Bear chasing up. The rest of the team is going to be here as well. They want to deny this. They don't want to see another Dragonite pushing into their lanes, but now they have to take this fight. 16-16 talent tiers. Null points are taking a lot of damage. Holy Word Salvation is going to be used. Mosh Pit onto a couple members. The Nano Boost onto the Alarak is being mitigated by all of this, and now they cycle back around. The Fall is going to be dumping out some damage in the backline. Anduin's the first one to go down in this initiation. Contender trying to make their way out. They do get hit, and that's going to be the Alarak Sadism reset right there as well. A 1-for-1 trade. Healer for Assassin. Can they pick up another kill? Syndragosa just down, or just, I guess, up the map as they end up getting the Arthas kill, but they trade out the Vala for it. ETC so very low. They get the kill right there from the Lunara, and they should be able to pick up the Dragonite. There's no way they're going to be able to deny this. They're actually going to be chasing Lunara, chasing the Misha Bear, who's just waddling their way back into lane. Rexar trying to go for the channel, but it won't be in time. They will get the Hearth out. Okay. Lunara? Oh, if Lunara would have used a Thornwood Vine, she would have had that, but it doesn't matter. Dragonite's picked up, and they will continue to siege in through mid lane. 19 to 17 in our levels, and we do have quite a few of the, I guess, just about every quest and talent is done except for Subdue. Not to BM the Raven X or Ray or anything like that. It's just, it's the only one. It's a hard one to do. I mean, 4 people to stack up. Alarak got 3 people to stack up at the beginning of the game, and I think that's as much as you can ask for from an enemy team, as Alarak is back sitting at 90 sadism because they did go for the reduction at level 7 with the applied force. Arthas going to be back as well. No Syndragosa for 34 seconds. This Dragonite sitting around 22% health and 30-some seconds left on it, and they're not giving over this mid lane keep. They're not giving this over easy. They want to... If you want to step up onto this, you're going to have to try and take a fight with us. But Alarak and Arthas are back. All 5 are here. Bottom lane, kind of missing a keep right there. But they're going to see if they can make it a second one. Raven called out. Subdue is painful to accomplish. It is. It is insanely painful to accomplish. Don't need to finish the quest to get value from the talent. I agree. As long as you're hitting 2 heroes. As long as you hit 2 heroes, that's all you need. It's just the niceness of it all is like, all right, I can now use Punish on 1 unit and get that 80% slow. Like that's just so value. 80% slow for, yeah, it still is very painful. I agree. I wasn't trying to like put down the talent by any means. It's just, it's a very hard talent to finish out, but you still do get value from it regardless of whether or not you finish it out. It's just when you do, oh, does it feel good. 20 talent here will be here for the members of Deviled Keggs. About a level and a quarter they need to pick up on the side of Arrogant Nephalem, as we should be having another Dragonite face popping up here in just a moment. We'll cycle through the numbers once we see the enemy team get into the 20 talent tier range. Once again, let's actually jump over to Vision for Lunara. And this is what what it was producing vision-wise here, if it waits a couple seconds. And look at that. Sorry, it's insane to me like how much vision and how much information you can provide to your friendly team with that talent. And with this, it looks like they want to try and end the game, potentially. We're going to pull away the talents. We're going to see if they're going to be able to do it. Multi-shots are coming out. They've got all these siege darts. These catapults are coming in consistently as well. We do have the Misha Bear diving further forward into the enemy team. Can they end the game here? ETC, oh, Alarak with the deadly charge forward. They get the kill onto the Gul'dan. The Holy Word Salvation comes out, but it's only mostly protecting Anduin right there as ETC gets picked off as well. No 20 talent here for any sort of Death Bosh or anything like that as Vala gets picked off. Null Pointer taking too much damage, and they're going to be going down as well. Anduin and friends are all taken out. Rexar is the only one left alive, and that's going to be game number 1 going over to the members of Deviled Keggs. GG. Well played. Whew. Yo, Ghost Dunk, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. I hope you're having a wonderful night, my friend. I just realized as I was thinking about your name, and I was gonna say something about what you do so that everyone knows. I got really excited because I realized tomorrow's Thursday. And that means more Earth games. I love Subdue. I agree, Radically Dreaming. I agree. I love it as well. Where you going, Mr. Bandit? What's up, bud? Oh man, he's gonna be pumped for next week. My parents come, and so he probably won't be here for most of the streams next week, due to the fact that my parents will be here, and he loves them more than me. That's the truth. But what I did want to say really quickly is that if you do enjoy podcasts, you listen to those at all during work, and you enjoy any sort of comedy, you enjoy any sort of like short podcasts that are impromptu or just funny in general, I highly recommend checking out Hello from the Magic Tavern. It is a podcast that Ghost Dunk actually edits, and it's a very, very, very good podcast. I've listened to it for quite some time. They also have a new one called We've got 3 new ones, counting myself. I actually heard, yeah, there was a new name that was listed off. It was a woman's name, I do believe, that was listed off in the last Earth Game episode. But I highly recommend that you go check out Hello from the Magic Tavern, whether it be Offices and Bosses, whether it be the Earth Games or the main story. There's another spinoff, I do believe, that I can't remember off the top of my head. I think there is. I might be wrong. They were joking about spinoffs and spinoffs before, but if you haven't seen it, please go ahead and do so. And Arnie Niekamp is the best character in that show. No, it's probably Chun, or it's Usador. I really can't decide. No, it's Momo the Mouse. That's it. All right, let's go ahead and get into game number 2 here. But seriously, yeah, if you enjoy podcasts, you enjoy some comedy, I highly recommend Hello from the Magic Tavern. It's a really, really enjoyable podcast. Short listen, really good segments, and like you can do like half episodes as well. That's what I used to do, like with Bandit. Like I'd walk him and that'd be listen to half, and then I'd walk him in the afternoon and listen to the other half. All right, we got everything loaded in here. Behind the Tavern, that's the other one. That's the one, yes. Behind the Tavern is the other one they have, which is just all of the background stuff of them like doing the show. There's a secret spin-off coming soon. Everybody, tweet at Hello from the Magic Tavern. No, tweet at Arnie Niekamp and let them know that Ghost Dunk is over here telling us that there's secret spin-offs coming. No, it's okay. But we got a game. Let's go ahead and get on into this. I want to see more Heroes of the Storm. On the left-hand side, Devil Keggs is going to be up 1 game in our best of 3 series. Is it Raven or Raven X? Like, that's what I need to know for sure, because someone in chat just said Raven earlier, and I'm like, maybe I've been saying it wrong this whole time. We'll be on the Varian. We're going to be having B-Train getting danced around, or dancing themselves on the Li Ming. VZ will be on the Stukov. We have Andrew going to be on the ETC. We have Contender on the Greyman, and I think that rounds out their team. I hope I didn't miss anybody. On the right-hand side, trying to take us to game number 3, we have Arrogant Nephalem. We have Kaim on the Malthael. We're going to be having Dekiladin going to be on that Kira. Ant is going to be on the Diablo. Tribe will be on the Kael'thas, and Null Pointer on the Uther. Let's go ahead and see what happens here. Aetherwalker for the Li Ming there. This is actually a talent I've seen quite often. Pepe Hands from B-Train. This is a talent I've actually seen quite often on Battlefield of Eternity because of the magic missile buff that you get. And we do have On a Pale Horse for Malthael, trying to get that increased movement speed in the while mounted right there. So let's also just get our vision set up. Who doesn't have a questing talent? There we go. Don't tempt me, I'm a crazy man. It's Raven X. Okay. Oh, so Raven. So B-Train's saying Raven. Raven is posting a Raven. The Y is silent. What? I can do it. I got the keys to the NGS Twitter. Bird is his name. Bird. Thank you, Contender. Don't tempt me. I'm a crazy man. I'll tweet anything. You should tweet pictures of Bandit. That's what you should do. You should when the mods are asleep, find all the pictures of dogs that you can and just start a thread from NGS of just dog photos and cats too. I mean, don't have to. It doesn't matter. Like pets are pets, and they're all beautiful animals that they live with us and deal with us. We do see Camp's going to be picked up here in the bottom lane, and we have one in the top lane. Contender going to be grabbing that, as I think Kaim might have seen them going for it, but they're just going to have to give it over. There's no way they're going to be able to push into that Greymane in the top lane with also the ETC up here as well. I'm just going to go with Raven, and I hope that's good. Or do you want the... I can't tell with Twitch chat sometimes. I really can't. And I just don't want to be rude, because I want to highlight you the best way I can possibly by saying your name properly. We do continue to see the top lane pressure coming in. Bottom lane's going to be cleared out. We do have 2 minutes into the game, so we should be seeing teams break off and go for the Shaman camps in just a moment here, as that will be in... I guess the Bruiser camp's a better way to call it, but either way, this is something that I highlight every Battlefield of Eternity game, and whether you're a Master player, Diamond player, Platinum, whatever you play, if you play in Wood League, if you play just only in Unranked and you just don't want to play ranked mode at all, this is something to highlight right here, and it's often a thing that I see a lot of teams do. You want to try and grab that camp as close to the Immortals as possible. Now this is great and everything, but you are giving over the potential for the enemy team to steal it away, and now Contender has to sit here and wait for it. And the reason I always say you want to grab this as late as possible before the Immortal spawn is because what happens is is this will be moving, for example, the 1/4 Arrogant Nephalem will be moving into top lane as the Immortal spawns, meaning that they're going to have to break off at some point from the Immortal race to go and clear this out. If there was someone down here, they would have been able to clear this before the Immortal starts. That's the reason why I was saying you want to grab this a little bit later, so that way it's going to be pushing into the lane and forcing them to stay in lane or leave faster. So you can kind of see that happening right now, but look, it's cleared out. This is still just entering lane, and it's a little bit, I'm also disproving my own self right now by showing this, but this is typically the reasoning why you want to wait a little bit longer, but might have been a little bit too long as they were actually in that lane clearing out, and hey, I had it completely backwards for that moment right there. You sounded like you said Battlefield of Eternity. I think that's what we should be calling it. Goes by Pepe, the R is silent. What, contender? Just call him Bob? I think that's it. It literally doesn't matter? Okay. X gonna give it to you? I think that's what we're gonna call him, B-Train. We're just gonna call Raven just X. He's gonna give it to you. Shout out Charge gonna be coming in here. That's gonna be the taunt as well from the variant, but they're gonna be able to find themselves a Diablo kill, and contender so very low does get picked off. They have the chain bomb going around a little bit right there, and they're going for the defense for now, but this camp was cleared out in top lane. They do force them back right here. Li Ming gonna be poking in here and there. KPB with the Ripperoni Pepperoni. Revolving sweep coming out from Dekillian, and it's not going to be getting a kill or anything like that. They also do have that Fatal Wounds at level 1, but that was a taunt from Ray as well. Or X. X was giving it to him with that taunt right there. And this is just going to be first objective going over. Only... What? No. First objective will be going into bottom lane. Looks like top lane has a sliver of damage onto it, so they're going to be going ahead and just moving into the bot. Yeah, that makes sense, because there's just a little bit of damage right there. Bandit just like, he just like whined and left the room, and I'm like, what's wrong, bud? Are you okay? 6 to 6 in our, actually 7 to 7 in our levels. We do have First Immortal pushing in through the bottom lane. Hey, bud, are you okay? What's up? Bandit. He's just all itchy just to get done streaming, but that's going to be the dive going into one right there. Ray's going to be taking a lot of damage. Ant dives in as well from the Diablo. They're looking to jump onto that into the variant, but they're not going to be able to find the kill just yet. And now the Immortal still working through this bottom lane. Will be able to, I think they should be able to confirm the bottom lane fort. They do dive in. Overpower going to be coming out as well. That's the silence onto the underneath the Diablo right there, as now the Immortal, who has lost its shield, will walk further forward into this bottom lane. To be able to get a fort and a front gate in the first Immortal phase is really, really powerful. I got, like, that's a strong early pickup for them. Oh my god, it's Day. How you doing, Day? Thanks for coming by. I hope your stream was fun. I got to catch a little bit of it, and then I had to come over here and shout into the internet about Heroes of the Storm. Kira, do you have it? Because I was worried you didn't, oh my god. Kira, do you have it? Because I was worried you didn't. Given the fact that you gentlemen noticed. Okay. Chad, I love you all so much. Thanks for coming by. Day, I hope you're having a wonderful night. And I hope your stream was an absolute blast. And I hope you can get some proper sleep tonight. 8 to 8 in levels, 1 to 2 in our kills. We have bottom lane camp coming in, and bottom lane camp is coming in and just going to be pushing in. They're going to need to deal with this at some point. We do have the Malthael coming down there to deal with that. Let's actually cycle through some of the numbers, as we haven't had a chance to look at those in a little bit. We do have the Diablo diving further out. That's going to be Kira diving in further as well. They're trying to get contender right now, and they managed to pick up the Greymane. Really good first, or not first blood, but kill in this top lane push, as they want to continue this. They want to try and at least even out the lanes a little bit further by opening up this top lane and maybe chasing in further. They do have the 10 talent here right around the corner for them, but that's going to be the taunt on the Diablo, who does go down. No souls will be available. Reset for the Li Ming. Kira does get the hook right out of there, and they're going to be able, or the grapple, I guess we'll call it, is be able to disengage from that entire fight right there. I'm glad games are still going. Wonderful, yay! Get you a little Bahamut Pog right there. That would have been a great mosh opportunity if they had 10. I think about that all the time, KPB. Hey, Fringe, how you doing, friend? Thanks for coming by. I hope you're having a great night. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the stream. Let's go ahead and check out what's going to be happening here. Is they're going to try and initiate with the 10s. That's going to be the Diablo with the Apocalypse. I don't think it connected onto anyone. That will be... They're just disengaging. They're like, we don't want this. We don't want this. No, please. Kaim with a lot of damage onto them. That's going to be the last race thrown to Contender. They don't get the kill in time. They don't get the... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Contender just making it out alive right there. But this is going to be, at least for now, the objective going out in favor for... the members of Arrogant Nephalem. Deviled Keggs is going to be clearing out top lane, as Maltheo clearing out bottom lane. What's also great is I'm glad that I think it was it Arrow? Someone on Twitter responded to today's matches by putting the... I figured out why they're called Deviled Keggs, because it's Chen's talent that has a green keg, and it looks like they posted that, and I'm like, oh, that looks like a deviled keg. That's really good. Like, sorry, it was a little thing, and I'm like, okay. At least I hope that's where the name comes from, because it was witty. I enjoyed it. It's 10 talent tiers for both sides. We actually do see the Disintegrate for the Li Ming, and this makes sense. You don't want to go for Wave of Force because you might anti-synergize with your ETC, and so you don't want to be... Oh, there's going to be the dive in from the Varian. That's going to be the push around, and Diablo goes down. Kira with the swings around. They're looking for Kaim. Last Rites goes on to VZ. They don't... Is it enough? Do they get a pustule on themselves? Final Strike went out as well, and they didn't confirm the kill, but they still go down. Kira and Maltheo do go down, so it's a 1-for-3 trade. The members of Deviled Keggs looking really strong here. They send Contender over to the left-hand side. They have the best race out of all the members on the team, and they'll go ahead and just work on through this Immortal for now. Wait, hold up. That has nothing to do with the name? What the hell? Are you serious? Oh, that's rip. Someone sent me that on Twitter, and that's what I thought it was. Not insane. How you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Thanks for casting. It's my pleasure. I love casting. I honest to God look forward to this every day after work. This is what I look forward to doing, and I'm so glad you're all here hanging out and cheering on these great teams and just lurking and chatting and being wonderful people. Thank you for keeping this community going, and it's all you guys. Like, I'm just here to talk about video games. You all, like, you make it. That mosh though. Alrighty, 12 to 11 in levels. We have the Immortal coming up into the top lane, and the reason being is the most well-defended lane. ETC will finish out the proc rock, giving the friendly healing over to the friendly members when they get the friendly proc onto the friendly ability. I think I can say it one more time right there. 12 to 12, 5 to 4 in kills. Let's see what they can do here in this top lane, as this is going to be the Immortal with no shielding, moving in that melee range. We have the dive onto Ray. Oh my God, the D shield thrown onto Kira as well to deny the blow up. That's a really good Divine Shield coming out from that Uther, and they're going to start turning this around a little bit. That's going to be the Immortal still working on this top lane for it. ETC, no, okay. I was like, are you going to go for a mosh? And I like had to scan the top of the bar, and I was like, no mosh pit up and available just yet. They lose a fort in top lane, and they back off, and they say that's as much as we wanted out of the side of Deviled Keggs. Someone trolled you? I'm gonna blame Arrow. Somebody posted it. Nice D shield. Like even the Varian is saying, even Raven's just like, yeah, that's good. No, B-Train, come on. So wait, B-Train, where does Deviled Keggs come from? I'd like to know, please. I would really like to know. Because I know in university, like, we had something called Keggs and Eggs. And that was like it was a party that started at like 4 in the morning, and it was a keg party where they basically made a lot of breakfast food and we played drinking games. And then you pass out at like noon because you've been drinking since like 4 a.m. It's a good time. Completely messing up your sleep schedule for a party. Worth it. I like the banter that's going up between all of the members right now as well, but it's 13 to 13 in our levels. Let's cycle through some of the other numbers here as they're chasing into this right now on the side of Deviled Keggs. I think they're gonna be stealing this away. I'm a little bit like, it's even talent here, but they don't want to give this. They're waiting. I think they're waiting for Divine Shield to be up and available because that's going to be the mitigation for anyone who dives out and tries to get the blow up onto a single target. Because if you remove one player from the, if you just make it a 4v5, then it's with the composition they have, that's just a rough time. Also, the reset from B-Train could be devastating. It was Judo Trop who debated you on Twitter, responsible for your utter humiliation. I literally pulled it from the bottom end in 2 minutes when we needed a new name. Oh, okay, completely missing us flaming Wheezy. Well, I'm gonna skip over that part, but that's going to be the huge, and this is, Divine Shield just in time. Really, really good Divine Shields are going to be coming out from Null Pointer. Like, that is something we cannot skip over. Last rights onto Andrew. There's nothing you can do about that one right there, as the Divine Shield's already... Excuse me, they don't even have a Divine Shield. There's no bunker or anything to mitigate it. That's a good pick right there, but they're not stepping further forward, which is a little surprising. Makes sense because the Malthael is going to be backing off, silence out, and that's the Diablo going down. Souls are going to be reset, so they do have that availability. Protection, by the way, but it's not enough. Varian just ends up taking a dirt nap right at the end. Just the semi-T-pose right there. They're going to just go ahead and go straight for the race between these two teams. B-Train and Contender have great race potential for them. Yeah, they need to make sure that they're not going to be sleeping on the fact that they've got a great race. They're like, all right, cool, like, we'll race you if you want to race, but we'll probably win. And they want to push this around. Contender taking a lot of damage. Pyroblast is out here. I don't think there's anything you can do. You just walk right into that and you eat that damage. And now ETC's back. The death timers aren't insanely long, and we were 30-some seconds for that Greymane right there. They still have a camp pushing in bottom lane, and if... Oh, does this... Okay, they get the dogs in time. Oh, but it's targeted onto the Shaman. It's not going to get that free value they were hoping for. And they'll race this out. It's going to be fairly close, but a little bit better for the members of Deviled Keggs. I am Sarah Say So. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. I'm glad you're enjoying. Don't zoom on my shame. I'm sorry, but it was just like the T-pose was way too good. Just the ragdolling in this game is so great, but that's going to be the taunt, and they also pop the D shield. That would have been the stun out from the Immortal as well to follow up the taunt. Really good from Ray right there. See, I'll highlight when you do some amazing things as well. Don't you worry. We're getting close to that 16 talent tier. No camps on the map, but catapults are mounting in bottom lane. Or I guess catapult. Li Ming is... Oh, Apocalypse is the initiation. That's a lot of dive onto this Greymane. They're trying to get the kill onto them. The silence is going to be there as well. Contender getting the push thrown onto them. I cannot believe that they're almost going to be able to walk out of that, but ends up losing out the Greymane as well. They get 2 picks right there. Shadow Charge onto this Li Ming, who's got no health. They get the little spray. Spray and walk away. I believe it was Casanova and Kerwin who said that during the BlizzCon interview I had with them. I was asking him, I was like, what's your favorites? Like I had like a list of just like, at the end of an interview, just like some funny little things to like spurt in when we do the video edit. And I was like, what's your favorite spray? Like, you know, like, what do you do like when you get a kill? Like, just like stuff like that. And they were just like, B-step, team nut spray, and walk away. And I'm like, oh my God. And then they were all like, yeah, that's what you do. That's all you do. And that's kind of what Li Ming just did. So it's just always fun to see it. But your shame sustains me. Me saying the shields weren't good wasn't me being rude. Was mad they wouldn't let me kill them. Ah. Oh no, I didn't like. Yeah, no, I didn't like. I'm not trying to say like, oh, don't say. I wasn't saying that you're being rude. Sorry. Team Nut Spray is the best spray in the game. I agree, B-Train. I agree. The Immortal will be pushing in through the top lane. That's got no shielding, but it still is going to be a 15-minute Immortal. Overpower going to be going out to the ETC. Power slide out through, or back, I guess, through into their gate, as they are going to be throwing a little bit of damage from B-Train as well. They should be able to push this back, unless they lose a member. I don't think they're going to be losing a keep anytime soon, but it'll just be the front gate. They get the Immortal down. Maybe they're going to be looking for a chase onto this Lion. Oh, there's going to be the slow. Dive forward. There's the stun. The D shield's going to be thrown out. Is there a mosh pit from the ETC? It's not available for a few more seconds here, as they do get a big old blow up. Malthael will be going down. The last rights was used onto the ETC, and that's going to be Diablo picked up. The final strike is able to get that. They end up spraying within the... Oh, dear Lord. These teams. They don't know me as Kyle. Need to change my B tag to match like Andrew. Ah. There's a way, like, it's at least for friendly members, like, there's a way to see your friendly... like your friends' names. Like there's it's like Battle Real ID or something like that. Because like the longest time when I first started playing Heroes of the Storm, I would see like my friends' names and my name, and I was like, I don't really want my last name out there. But now it really doesn't matter, because it's I was like nervous. I was just like, someone's gonna dox me or something. It's just like, oh, okay. My last name's out there. I did Tespa Collegiate Series and my name's there. There's been other casting events where it's first name, caster name, and then last name, so it's... People know me. I actually got a text message from a friend that I went to high school with, and they were like, dude, you are on my boyfriend's TV. Or my friend's boyfriend's TV. Like, he was watching the Tespa Collegiate Series, and they just, like, walked into a party, and then, like, I guess they were still watching a bit of the end, and they were just like, that's crazy to randomly walk into a party and see that. Talk about beating a dead horse, Pyroblast on the dead Creaming. Yeah, a little bit. Mortals will be spawning here in the next 10 seconds. This will be 17, about 18 to 18 in levels, 8 to 10 in our kills. Let's once again cycle through some of the other numbers, get an idea of what the experience, what the damage, and the healing numbers are looking like. We're getting into that super late game when it comes to the Immortal phase. We do have that Shaman camp pushing through the bottom lane, so we'll keep an eye on that in our mini-map, as this will be potentially delayed out, or they're going to have to force one down there. Who do we have the vision set up for? Let's actually get the vision set up for the blue team right now and just see how they're going to be playing this and how far back they are. They're going to be banking on somebody going down for this. Once they see that, watch them step forward and go for the aggressive play. There's the Kira in bottom lane. See how everybody's going to move on into this. That's exactly what a lot of players and a lot of teams go for. Kira was actually just showing down there, so they step further forward, and now they see her coming back, so they're like, all right, we got a little bit of poke. We took a little bit of damage off the Immortal. Let's back off, but the Apocalypse is going to be coming out here. That's going to be the initiation of the fight. Power slide from the ETC. Andrew with a huge mosh pit, but that's going to be interrupted right there. The D-Shield's going to be under the Diablo, but they lose the Malthael right there. Pyroblast onto Andrew, who doesn't go down from it. Going to be taking a lot of damage, spreads the pustule around to the friendly members. That's going to be some good healing from VZ. They are going to be trying to get that fetid touch or that slow out from Stukov, as they're not trying to spread the chain bomb from Contender, but they have forced them back. Gonna have to tap the well a little bit and reinitiate into this fight. Curse Bullet comes out, power slide from the ETC, taunt will be there, and they find a Diablo. No souls to bring him back, so it's 52 seconds on the Diablo and 30-some seconds on the Malthael. Now with the 2 kills, they're going to step further forward. Shaman camp still in bottom lane. This is what a lot of people have talked about. J-How made a video of this. If this camp is left uncontested, it will take down your keep. It will go straight to your core and end the game. I don't know about end the game, but it's definitely will. And this is actually going to be a very, very healthy Immortal as well. All of this health right now that you're seeing on the blue Immortal will transfer over to their shielding. And this is also going to be going into top lane, because bottom lane is the obviously more destroyed, and top lane is more well defended, and that's at least how the vehicle works right there. Power slide from the ETC. You can't Divine Shield if you're dead, but they don't have it. Actually, they don't even have it in time. No pointer, almost getting caught by B-Train. I have a habit of it's like, they're gonna do this, and then I look up, I'm like, wait, no, they don't have it. They don't have heroics just yet. I'm so just engrossed in what's happening than seeing actually the cooldown counters at the top of the map. But either way, Immortal pushing in through the top lane. I thought they were gonna back off or something. I'm like, wait, what are you doing? But Li Ming just going through this top area and making sure, I guess, there's no flanks coming in. B-Train also riding on the correct mount. The only correct mount you can have in this game. B-Train's using the right one. We have this Immortal still, and you can actually see that little bit of a glow. That's the Immortal attacking from range because it has a shield. So once it loses that shielding, it will drop down from the ranged attack and go for melee damage, but that's the D-Shield onto the Kira, who does try and swing into this. That's going to be Andrew, the initial target. They step further forward with Kaim. The Immortal does take down the keep. Bottom lane still has some minions approaching as well. The cleanse goes out onto Malthael. Do they have anything to die? They have a taunt. Taunt goes out actually onto the Diablo right there. ETC doesn't have a mosh pit for 8 seconds, but they're able to body block, and they get the Shadow Charge onto them. Was it enough to stay alive? They're throwing them around right now, these Fire Stomps. The Last Rites comes out, but they trade that out. 1-for-1 trade. Meanwhile, the Immortal's sitting on the core. I don't know if this will be enough. Li Ming's going to be going down right there. The taunt comes out. That's going to be Greymane diving further forward onto one of those members, and the Contender taking the damage from that. Immortal still sitting above 50% of its health, attacking this core. They're just trying to keep it going. Ray is just over here auto-attacking the core, has decided to end it, and that will be the game going over to the members of Deviled Keggs in a 2-0 fashion. GG. Well played. That was such a good set. That camp won't end game because it comes into core range. You're right. But it will indefinitely push down keeps. You're right. I felt like I said that and I was like, I don't think it would get the core because it attacks, it has splash, and I think it has to enter the core range? I'm not sure. I'd have to double check on that, honestly. Goliath might know better. Chat usually knows better. So we actually intentionally showed Kira to make them move forward. Didn't exactly work as planned. I thought it was a fun plan. No, I caught that. It was very, very good. One job, Goliath. Let's jump over to stats. HH. Oh my god, everybody.